Seriously, if you had told me a few years ago that I'd be able to do this and get to where I wanted to go to take my pictures, I would have said it's impossible. But here I am, living my life without limitations, and I think it's possible for all of us. How you doing, guys? Chris here from Amp Life, and I'm out here in the beautiful Canyonlands National Park in outside Moab in Utah. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going for a hike, and I thought what I'd do is I'd share with you a couple of things I've learned on all the hikes that I've done here. So I'm not going to go over all the typical things that we know, like take enough water, hydrate, use sunblock, bring a hat, all those kind of things. We know those, and if you don't, check it up on the internet. It's very important. I'm going to go over more amputee specific issues. All right, let's start. Number one, first, I always bring crutches, and the reason I bring a pair of crutches is that I lock them in the car. If something happens along the road and I can't walk, I break my prosthetic leg or something like that, I can give the key to another person on the trail. They can come to the car, get the crutches for me, and if they're kind enough, they'll bring them to me, and I'll be able to get back to the car. So one, always bring your crutches. Two is I always come in my own vehicle. When I'm with people, and the reason I do that is if I feel like turning around and I want to come back to the car, it's in the it's wherever I parked it, so I don't want to inconvenience others. They can carry on hiking. If I feel tired or my stump's being compromised, I can come back to my car and go home. And that brings me to number three, which is before you leave, make sure your stump is in 100% condition. What I've done in the past is, like before this trip, is I rested the stump. I didn't wear my prosthetic leg for a few days. Then I did wear it for day two to adjust the volume, to get the volume right before I started doing the trails. But that way I can make sure that my stump was 100%. The last thing I need is for an abrasion to form and to go back to the days where I used to have infection, end up in hospital. That's just completely unnecessary and extremely risky for me to go back to the days of infection. Okay, and before we start the hike, let's go straight to number four, which is safety is number one, as it is with any hike. But for us in particular, we really need to take care of ourselves. So safety has got to be number one. I've got a simple saying, which is if in doubt, there is no doubt. So if there's any doubt that I shouldn't be doing the trail, it's probably my intuition telling me, because it's not a good idea. Pick another trail. Right, number six is if you have a leg with a microprocessor, make sure it's fully charged before you head out there. The last thing you need is for your battery to go flat in your prosthetic leg and the microprocessor to give up. For those of you, or for those of us that don't have microprocessors, or do have microprocessors, go through the leg, check that everything's okay, tighten all the bolts, or make sure that all the bolts are tightened, but make sure that all your components are 100% and that your liner is tip-top. I take a Leatherman with the necessary fittings in case something should go loose or something should go wrong. I can do a trail repair, a field repair on the leg. Obviously, if I can't, the first rule applies. I come back to the car and not compromise the integrity of the leg, but rather to do the right thing or do the safe thing and to return to the car. Alright guys, I'm not sure at which point we are now. I think we're at point number 7 or 8, but what I do is and you've heard me say this a lot, but I absolutely make sure I've got the right footwear. I use Salomon, and the reason I put so much emphasis on this is we can have the best possible prosthetic gear and wear rubbish shoes, and it kind of negates all the good stuff that the leg gives us. At this point, I just want to say something about gear. I use the Ossur Rheo XC as well as the Proprio foot to go with that. And there are many reasons for that. First of all, I think the combination, but I'm out of breath here. But I think the combination of the two makes for excellent hiking. Of course, the foot can compensate, and of course the microprocessor Rheo XC does what a microprocessor knee does. But the important thing, both of them are waterproof, resistant. You're not going to throw it in a pool, but water resistant, as well as protected against dust. And they're rugged, man. If initially when I got them, I was skeptical about how rugged they would be, being microprocessors, but they are rugged. They really, I have tested this equipment to the limits of the last week out here in Moab, and I've been amazed at what is possible with these components. Let's get on with the hike. So guys, what you saw there is I went slightly off the trail. The reason being there was a negative slope and a positive slope for me. So I stuck to my right hand side because it favors my left amputated leg with an improved swing through. So if the good leg is up and the prosthetic leg is on the downside of the slope, I could better swing, less chance of a toe strike and less chance of falling and an injury. Let's go. What I haven't told you guys, my hike today is out to Corona Arch, which is about a 5 kilometer or I think about a 3 mile hike is the equivalent. I've done it before just to test to see whether it would be okay to film. It'll be a bit of a challenge, but I think it's the perfect trial to show what is possible and to illustrate the safety aspects and the fun factor. I think on the fun factor, this trail for my situation rates about an 8. I'm not sure what more can be done to make it more fun. Okay guys, bonus tip, safety tip. Stay the hell off railway crossings. It's quite beautiful. Alright, let's go. Okay guys, here's another thing. People are going to be curious about possibly about your disability. Be kind, be nice, and brings me to another tip, which is if people offer help and you need it, accept the help. Don't be a hard ass, stubborn, and get yourself into trouble. People want to help. Generally, I find that people are hugely caring and kind in these situations. And ask yourself, will you not have done the same? Have done the same for them? Go up here, so that's the aim, is to get up there. There's a cable tie, so let's see how this goes. Not very encouraging. When the first part of the tune is gone.